What's up everyone, and welcome to another Radical Electric Bikes review. This is Rowan with you here, and today we're checking out the ARMADA Predator, which is the first full-size electric motorcycle we've reviewed on this channel. But it's not just an e-bike that can have pedals attached to it and go only 32k. This can also be optionally insured as a low-speed motorcycle or LSM. Now its regular output of 500 watts is for an e-bike setting, but if you want the LSM setup, it would be 3000 watts of peak output, and this current setup is using the 72 volt 40 amp hour option. Now this is better for range, speed, and better performance of the bike overall, like acceleration, torque, and better performance when you have a passenger on the back, because if especially you're going up a hill, you're going to need that extra power. We'll turn the key to the right to turn on the Predator, which will show you the beautifully lit LCD display that shows your speed, battery level, and tachometer. The Bluetooth is awesome.
Bluetooth mode.
It lets other road users know when I might need them, or if I'm behind someone who may have hearing impairments or another disability. Now here we have the storage compartment in the back of the Predator, where I personally hold a Cycle Plus A2 air inflator for just in case, and a Trimax rotor lock, which I highly recommend to anyone who wants to safely lock their bike. And the signals on this bike are a little bit easier to see at night, but as you can tell, they're pretty good at daytime too. The headlights are also set up with a regular beam and high beam option, which we've just flipped on to 100% just to show you the full brightness level, which is still only during daytime, which is not even really showing how bright it actually gets. And in some parts of the test ride, it will be a little easier to see as I'm riding towards you in the video, so it'll give you a gauge of the speed and also the brightness. Now moving on, we'll observe the hazard lights on the right side, and then we'll head over to the back to show you what it's like from there. And the license plate also has a really nice bright white light, so it lights it up very clearly. Now this is great for displaying it as both an e-bike or as an insured bike as well. Now let's take the Predator out for a test ride. Now this is not the first test ride that I've taken the Predator out for. I've put about 330 kilometers onto this bike, and I've also placed the cameras as closely as I can to the motor and to parts like the suspension to give you the best idea not only at the rear but also at the front coming up in the rest of this test ride, to show you exactly how it handles the road. And because it's only really made for that, we're not going to be taking this off-road or onto really grass or anything, but you could park it on your lawn if you needed to and lock it up securely, so that'd be no problem. But I would definitely not recommend this bike for anything like winter time. It's a summer bike, and riding this all the way up into the end of August here, I can definitely see riding it all the way into probably November, because it's been so nice out, and with very little rain, you get sometimes that Indian summer. So I'm really looking forward to that, and as we're pulling up to the back of this car, you can just see the front suspension stopping us quite securely. And there is a little bit of disturbance in the camera just because I didn't actually have a proper block for my microphone, and I wanted to capture as much sound as possible. So as we're going around this turn here, you can hear the motor is really turning up, and I'm not even giving it that much. It's so torquey, it just really goes, and I never have to worry about it when I need to use it. Sometimes if I need to make a pass, which you can do with this bike, it does have the power to do it, and in the test ride we will show you how fast it truly goes, and that's just how high I have it set up. It's with the 3000 watt motor, and you can get upgrades if you wanted to make more of a highway bike, but you'd really be spending a bit more money on this. This bike's about $6,000, and that is starting with the lithium battery option. Now with all the maintenance that it requires, it's actually right on par with the brakes as I was mentioning earlier. Checking things like the tires, like pressure and things like that at about 200k, that's pretty standard, and just at about 1,000 I think I'll be checking more of the fluids and really just all the other types of connections and things like that. It comes with a great manual, which is filled with information and doesn't miss a beat. It has everything you need in it, and if you ever have a problem, it has some diagnoses or troubleshooting that you can use. Now here we are making a pass on a really straight road here, and there was a cyclist coming up on my other side. But coming back, I was able to go quite a bit faster. And we don't actually have the speedometer working right now. We will see it coming up in just a second here, as we're about to take it up to Victoria Drive. Now here we are, we actually have the speed being recorded. Now this is going to be a lot more fun, a lot more interesting to see, because we have it synced properly, and because it's a bit of a wide angle, I don't have a chin mount, it's a little hard to tell how fast it's actually going, but thankfully we do have this recording with the speedometer. Now we're about to reach 65, and there was a car in front of me, So I felt like I really could have pushed it more, but I just didn't want to because, of course, I'm in the neighborhood, and this is basically the speed that most cars go anyways, and I'm trying to set the right example for these bikes. There's a lot of people who do not ride them responsibly, and they make the rest of us look bad. So as long as you're riding this safely and genuinely, and, well, everyone gives you smiles, you should be all good. Overall, the Predator is fantastic. Excellent handling, braking on the road, and way lighter than a conventional motorcycle. This may be better for those who cannot handle a heavier bike, and is perfect for beginners with its low power options, and also for experienced riders looking for a more powerful e-bike or electric motorcycle. Thanks for joining me in my review of the ARMADA Predator today. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of my next review. If you're ready to build your own ARMADA Predator today, make sure you click the link in the description and leave any comments and questions below. Or you can directly hit me up on my chat box on the Radco Electric Bike Shop website, where I'll always be able to reply to you in 48 to 72 hours. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.